Hey guys, Core here. I haven't uploaded in a while, and I say this at like the start of every other video, but I genuinely am sorry. I've had stuff going on, and yeah, it's been hard to find the motivation to work when you're dealing with stuff. So that's where I'm at. But we're here for another Am I the Silly Bugger video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And also, there's an announcement at the end of this video, so if you want to watch that, just skip towards the end, but you might as well just watch the rest of the video, and let's just jump into it. Am I the silly bugger for taking back the beer I bought for a party from which I was uninvited? This happened just a few hours ago. I'm a 19-year-old man, and the people calling me a silly bugger are 18-year-old men and women. On Thursday, a person I had a major crush on in high school, but who rejected me, messaged me out of the blue, and she had never contacted me without me contacting her first. And at one point I realized she had me blocked on social media, and so I found it odd that she was suddenly being friendly. After sending a couple of greetings/questions about how I've been, she said that she is going to have some people over and wanted to know if I could get the beer. The drinking age where we are is 19, and the people going to the party were 18. The liquor stores in my area all card. I thought it was silly that me being a month older meant I could buy liquor and they couldn't, and so I said I would love to go. She said, "Thanks, I'll pick you up at 7. 7 o'clock rolled around and she texted me to say that she was in front of my house. I went out dressed and ready to chill with some people, and she drove me to the liquor store. When we got there, I asked her what beer she wanted me to get, and she told me to get Budweiser. I hid my disappointment as well as I could, but it was her party, so I went in and bought 2 cases of 24. I get back in the car and say, "Let's party," and she was eerily quiet. I noticed that she wasn't driving towards her neighborhood, but rather back towards mine. I thought she had moved or something, but didn't want to press the issue. When she turned down my street, I finally figured it out. She was being purposely vague about the invitation because she wanted me to get the beer, but she wanted a way out when she told me I wasn't actually invited in the first place. She stopped in front of my house, leaned over, kissed me on the cheek and said thanks, in her best voice. I deadpanned her and asked when she was going to tell me I wasn't invited. She feigned surprise and said that she never intended to invite me in the first place. I sat in silence for a long, awkward minute, picked up the beer and walked towards my front door. She got out of her car and frantically tried to re-invite me to the party, but I told her that what she did was the most humiliating thing that had ever happened to me. I opened my front door, slammed it a little too hard, and went back to my room. Now I'm sitting here drinking absolutely unpalatable piss water, and I have text messages from all of her friends and her asking me why I'm such a dick. I don't think I'm the silly bugger here for reacting the way I did, but if you haven't figured it out, I'm not amazing socially. So I'm not sure. Am I the silly bugger? I think you're perfectly well within your rights to take your property back and put it back into your house. Yeah, you're completely fine in this situation. She is completely the silly bugger. She was basically just using you to get alcohol and then bringing you back home, which is, yeah, given what you said and how you said it transpired, definitely you're in the right. She messed up. But that's just my opinion. Please, guys, please use the poll up in the top right-hand corner. Yep, I can remember. I have big brain. Am I the silly bugger for telling my niece to stay in the closet until she gets her inheritance? My niece, 17-year-old female, recently confided in me that she's a lesbian. I supported her, let her know I'd be there, etc. Usual ally stuff. However, she told me she was going to come out to the whole world this week. I let her know why she should absolutely wait for her grandparents, my parents, to pass. My father is incredibly wealthy and has tens of millions of dollars in assets, and he'll be passing down once he's gone. My father is a raging homophobe who has flat out stated any gay individual in our family would be written out of the will. And to make sure the rest of us don't just split more money with the said gay relative, they will, instead, have that portion of the inheritance put aside for that family member, donated to a charitable cause. That money will be erased from the inheritance. Since my father and mother are in incredibly poor health, stage 4 cancer and debilitating dementia, respectively, I told my niece she should stay in the closet for a while longer. If she comes out as a lesbian, they will find out, and she will quite literally lose out on $7 million. She was a little sad but also appreciative, since that is obviously a life-changing amount of money that will allow her to live luxuriously until she dies. My wife, however, said that I'm telling this poor girl to hide who she is just to appease old bigots. That is true. I am asking her to appease old bigots. But I feel like her life quality will be much better with $7 million at the cost of 1 to 2 years in the closet at tops. I have also seen my father's will and know who is getting what, so my niece is definitely not going to receive 7 million as long as my father doesn't rewrite or edit his will. Am I the silly bugger for telling my niece to stay in the closet so she can be a millionaire? Small update, my wife apologized for getting snappy with me and now agrees that she should hide it for a year or two. She is a powerful advocate of LGBTQ+ rights, so she had an angry knee-jerk reaction to my dad's bigotry. This is an interesting one, because obviously no one should ever have to suppress who they really are for the sake of bigots, but $7 million is a lot to walk away from. I think you're definitely right for suggesting this. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing to do, just from a personal level. Like, still, like, being in the closet, I can understand how difficult that must be, to hide all of that, especially from your family, but $7 million, like, that is life-changing amounts of money. You won't have to work again if you get that. So, yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from, OP. I completely understand if your niece decides to do it, and yeah, I also understand where your wife was coming from when she got a bit angry with you. So yeah, but anyways, I'll leave it up to you, my viewers. So please tell me what you think in the top right corner up there, and also leave a comment, because this one's a bit more complex and isn't exactly a cut and dry case. So yeah. Am I the silly bugger for not going to a wedding after agreeing to be the best man? Last year, my best childhood friend, 28 male, asked me, 28 male, to be the best man at his wedding, and I happily agreed. I think the process brought us close together as we talked weekly for the next few months, planning logistics and the bachelor party. I worked hard on the bachelor party, which was a faraway vacation. I spent months planning and lots of money. I found time in everyone's schedule and booked an amazing vacation. It was a blast. I was his only childhood friend at the bachelor party, and everyone else was from his college frat. It was therefore like a typical college party setting. I did my best to learn all the drinking games they already knew how to play, and I thought we had a great time. I guess I was out of my element, however, because my friend later on told me that he felt like he bonded with his other friends better that weekend, and now he wants one of them to be the best man instead. Yikes. So I calmly told him that's fine, and that I won't be coming to the wedding because I feel like my efforts as a pre-best man were underappreciated, and I feel uncomfortable traveling to spend a few days with people who make me feel that way. He got upset, and his fiance told me I should grow up and be a good friend. I told him that we're all grown-ups and we have no obligation to each other just because we're childhood friends. Friend and his fiance called me a silly bugger, so am I the silly bugger? TLDR, I agreed to be the friend's best man. Then he changed his mind over a year later, and I fulfilled the pre-wedding best man duties, and I decided not to go to the wedding. I think you are well within your right to not attend the wedding if you're not going to be the best man after you've spent money, your time, and basically you did your best and you weren't appreciated. So I completely understand where you're coming from, and I hope the audience feels the same way. And if you're part of the audience, you can let me know by hitting the icon up the top right and vote on there. So yeah. Am I the silly bugger for babying my wife at the expense of my children? The wording in the title is exactly how my 14-year-old daughter phrased it, not necessarily my opinion. So I've been married to Lacey for 18 years. We have a great marriage and 2 daughters. The 16-year-old isn't relevant in this, and we'll call the 14-year-old Madison. Madison and Lacey have been clashing a lot lately, and that's what inspired this post. So I absolutely love my wife, but she is ridiculous and vain, and still my favorite person in the world. Lacey cares excessively about appearance and dresses very feminine. She has a hard time with the fact Madison is developing her own style, and she can get controlling. For example, they had a big fight over an ugly pair of Vans, though Lacey did buy them in the end. Well, I came home from work the other day and Lacey and Madison were fighting because Madison cut and dyed her own hair. Now, I think it looks ridiculous. She gave herself messed up bangs and there's a red streak, but at the end of the day, Lacey doesn't have to go out looking like that. Well, Lacey started crying and Madison said that she doesn't want to be a vapid trophy wife Barbie like her mum. I grounded her for that, but said that I'm on her side with the hair. I'm the biggest pushover with Lacey though. She kept crying about how the kids don't appreciate her, and she doesn't know who Madison is anymore. And when Lacey gets upset, she gets hysterical. Well, I told the girls they can fix their own dinner. There are plenty of leftovers Lacey cooks every day. And I hung out in the bedroom with Lacey, gave her like an hour-long foot massage, and helped her relax. Madison told me this morning that she thinks I coddle her mum, and she blames me for the situation as well. So, Am I the silly bugger for trying to be a good husband? This one's kind of a tough one. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think you're necessarily the silly bugger in this situation. I think it's kind of like everyone's in the wrong, but no one is objectively the worst. I think that's probably the best way that I can word that diplomatically. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below and up in the poll in the top right corner. So that's it for the actual video itself. So the announcement is that we're actually starting a group channel, and it's called The Silly Buggers, named after our cute little nickname on this channel. So if you want to go subscribe to that group channel, there will be content there practically every single day once we launch. So yeah, group videos every Friday, 6 PM ET time. And yeah, there should be an upload practically every day apart from Sundays. So yeah, enjoy. And that brings us to the end of the video. So I just want to give a special shout out to my first channel member that is in the tier where I shout them out. Leon Rosengarten. So thank you, Leon. I really appreciate the support. Also shout out to Declan, the first person to actually purchase any level of membership. He's a mate of mine. And yeah, thanks dude. I really appreciate it, guys. So yeah, thanks for the support, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.